Well, if Mr Cameron says today that actually UKIP's right and that it's irresponsible to open our doors to 29 million poor Romanians and Bulgarians on January the 1st next year, given that we have 1 million unemployed youngsters in Britain, if he does that and says that the best way of settling this really is to end the coalition and to call a referendum on our continued membership of the European Union and to do it this autumn, then I absolutely accept that UKIP's vote would be damaged. But I don't think the Prime Minister intends to do either of those things. And I think that really what last night's about, it's about Shire England saying, we don't really get the three parties here in Westminster, the establishment. They're not speaking the same language as us. They don't understand what their policies have done to our lives.
But come a general election, won't a lot of your supporters, in all honesty, drift back mainly to the Conservative Party, and your percentage will be way down?
Interesting, isn't it? I mean, the argument from the Tories has been vote UKIP, get Miliband. And in Lincolnshire last night we saw vote UKIP, get UKIP.
But in a general election that's not going to happen.
I stood here in 2009, having come second in a European election, to be told, jolly well done, Nigel, now please go away for 5 years. You'll never replicate this in domestic politics. We did it last night with an even bigger score. We're averaging over 25% of the vote. We're beginning to win under the first past the post system. And if we're clever enough to target our resources on the areas where we've had significant victories under the first past the post local elections, there's no reason why we can't do what the Lib Dems did in the 80s and 90s, and indeed what the Green Party managed to do in Brighton.
Is there anything the Tories could do now to make you fold up your tent and go away? If Michael Gove took over, if Boris Johnson took over, different agenda maybe, might that make you fold up your tent and go away?
UKIP isn't going away. You know, whilst it is a party that talks about who governs Britain, it's also talking about how that Britain should be governed. UKIP is not going away.
But if there was a change of leadership at the top of the Tory party?
If there was a change of leadership at the top of the Tory party who were intelligent, open-minded people, they might well come to us and say, can we come to some sort of accommodation? But there's no... I honestly don't think you could expect UKIP voters to trust a Conservative party that has so consistently let us down.